how does it all tie together? Or more importantly, how do I make money or how do I make profit? So we've covered finding, we've covered funding, that leaves us to profit. So how do we make money with this deal? It's great learning all the steps, but what do you care about? You don't care about doing all the steps, you care more about the end results. If I'm working out at the gym, why am I doing that? To get better results, feel better, better health, longevity, build muscle, lose weight, whatever your goals are. Well, with this business, same thing. We need to make, you want to make a profit. You're not doing this for charity. I'm sure we help people out, but it all ties back to profit. There are several ways to make profit, but it all goes back to the very first thing, and that is when you find the deal. And what I mean by that is there's a saying you're going to hear in the real estate world a lot, and that is you make money when you buy the house. When you buy, you make money when you buy. So why is that so important? Because if you buy it wrong, guess what? All the other steps are kind of out of whack. You're not going to find people that really want to fund it. If they do fund it and you make mistakes, how do you go back and fix it? Or how do you unscramble an egg? You can't, it's already done. So we got to buy it right. It's important to do that. And before you even buy it right, you got to know what's your strategy? What exit strategy are you going to do? I'm going to cover 3 of our top ways with you. First will be wholesaling. The second avenue will be fix and flip. And the third one, cash flow. So I'm going to cover those 3. There are others, and I don't want to get bogged down in details, but there's a lot of other avenues, commercial property tax liens, mobile home parks, billboards, storage unit facilities. I'm not going to cover all of those. Let's cover the top 3, the first 3. And when you start this business, remember you want to start small and simple and scale it. Make it scalable. That should be your goal. So the 3 S's, small, simple, scalable. Let's start with wholesaling. What is wholesale? Well, wholesale is when you get a property under contract. You have to have equitable rights or equitable interest in the property in order to be able to sell it to someone else. So you get the property, you tie it up as a term, right? You get it under contract. That way they can't sell it to someone else. Now you have it tied up, and wholesaling is a quick way to make money. It's the fastest way. It's it is the least amount of risk. You don't really need money to get started. It does take time to do it because you got to put effort in. You can't just sit back and watch Netflix and expect to make money. You got to find deals. You got to be out there. Back to 1, find. You don't have to worry about number 2, funding the deal, because you're going to have buyers. You find buyers to go out there, other investors like myself or Tony, or if there's thousands of investors. Find somebody that wants a good deal and you wholesale it to them, and you're in and out. It's pretty quick. You can get paid, make money definitely within 30 days. It depends on you how quickly you can find it. Once you find it, you want to try to wholesale that as quickly as you can. So you need to verify your numbers, make sure they're good, and then put together that credibility packet, or like an investor packet of, look at how good this deal is, buy this wholesale deal from me, and you'll get paid, anywhere on the low end, maybe a couple thousand to, you can get paid a lot of money on a wholesale deal. It depends on how much equity or how much profits in the deal. Because if there's 100,000 profit in the deal, you can make more money on that. If there's only 30,000 in the profit in the deal, you're not going to make as much. And you're typically going to make anywhere from 2 to 10,000, 2 to 15,000 is kind of your range. 2 to 8,000. It depends on your price point, lots of variables, but that's a quick one. You could be in and out definitely within 30 days. So if you need fast money, that's a quick one. Now think about this: if you're making $2,000 to $8,000 every wholesale, how many of those deals do you need to do to start replacing your income? The problem with that is you got to constantly be doing it. If you don't wholesale something, right, where's your next paycheck coming in? So it's not like cash flow, right? Number 3 that we're going to discuss. Let's jump to number 2, because wholesaling and fix and flip, they kind of tie together. Now, whenever you wholesale a deal, you can wholesale it to an investor. Well, are you wholesaling it to a fix and flip investor or a cash flow investor? Now, if it's a fix and flip investor or even cash flow, you got to find the deals. See how the finding is still relative to all 3 of these strategies, but you need to know which one so you can make sure you run the numbers right. So if it's a fix and flip, now this one is the most popular avenue. You see it on TV shows. Doesn't mean they're doing it right. Remember, that's TV. They show gross profit sometimes, not net profit. They got to add drama to make it really entertaining. Like, oh my gosh, what's behind this wall? We're over budget. Oh my gosh, what are we going to do? Look at this problem we have. And again, this is all predictable. Any real estate investor knows, like, yep, why didn't you know this? Why didn't this would have been done? This would have been done. But for TV, they got to market it that way. And I get it. It makes it entertaining. But I do have some cool stories to share with you about, some things that have happened, but not constantly, because my flips are pretty boring. It's duplicatable. Tony, when he does his flips, or when I do my flips, or buy our rentals, guess what? I'm doing the same thing almost every single time. Same colors, same cabinets, same flooring. Baseboards generally the same, landscaping, just kind of basic stuff. And what's neat though is it makes it predictable, this business, and the more predictable it is, the more easy it is to duplicate it again and again and again. Now let's talk profit for fix and flip. Minimum you want to be making is maybe 25,000, 30,000 net profit in the deal. So if you did have a partner with you, it would be split half, 50-50, but you don't want to go underneath 25,000, because what if you run across some bumps, some hiccups, and you will. This is a business. You never want to run any business by best case scenario. Never. And if you've been around the block and ever had a business, you're like, yeah, I get it, Jeremy. My life's not best case scenario, you might think. And, mine's been there too. I've had some really ups and downs. And a lot of times when I was starting, because I didn't have the knowledge yet, I had a mentor that kind of helped me, and it saved me a ton of bumps and bruises, but I didn't have a really good system yet, because my mentor was learning it too, was steps ahead of me, but didn't have it all dialed in. And now you need a system. You want to follow a system, and you can make even larger money. A student we recently coached netted $60,000 on a flip. 60,000. We have one at a wholesale at 72,000, 30,000. Another one's on the market right now just yesterday. So we're anxious to see what that one sells. And then you want to plan though minimum 25 to 30,000, and upwards you could easily make 100,000 on a flip, depending on the market, how competitive it is, what price point. Lots of variables, but definitely bigger money. So wholesaling starting off, and then if you want to do fix and flip, make bigger money, absolutely. And how many of those fix and flips, if you're making 40 to 60,000, how many of those do you need to start replacing your income and make it duplicatable, predictable, like I said, again and again and again. And a third one is cash flow. I love cash flow properties, or you might hear them called rental properties or buy and hold. Cash flow, what does cash flow mean? It means you buy this property and you want to have residual monthly money coming into you. You may hear it called mailbox money, money coming in, whether I'm on vacation, whether I'm sleeping, if you're working. Guess what? Wouldn't it be nice to have money coming in all the time? And you build that up to replace your income. And that's what rental properties or cash flow properties can do for you. You buy them, and you can still buy them with no money down, as we discussed in the funding video. And you take these properties, and what's great about them is they appreciate, so that it's adding value. They're going up in value, and who's paying for it every month? Right? The tenants. Your tenants are paying for it. So again, you're using OPM, other people's money, to build a legacy. Cash flow is one of those, more of a midterm, long-term strategy. It's not get rich quick. And I don't want you to think of any of these strategies as get rich quick, because it does take time, effort, energy. There's ups and downs. If you've made a mistake and ran the numbers wrong, that can cost you your profit, or a big portion of your profit. And your rental properties, cash flow properties, again, you make money when you buy. So you want to run the numbers. What's my property management? What's my utilities? Are you paying for utilities? What's the rent? What's your mortgage payment if you have a mortgage payment on it? But as the years go by, what happens? The rents go up, the mortgage comes down, your equity is going up. So how is that a lose? It's not. It's just not. Maybe you may be profiting $300 a month on it with the mortgage payment, and you're like, Jeremy, $300 a month's not going to get me there that fast. I need to get there quicker. But if you keep adding those, now you can build your net worth. What if you had 10 of those? What if they're all paid off? And now you have the rents are $1,500 a month. Well, that's $15,000 a month coming in, whether you're sick, whether you're on vacation, whether you're, whatever, traveling, doing whatever you want to do, you have that residual income. And it's a great one to pass on to the kids, a legacy create generational wealth, if you will. So whatever your strategy is, you just need to know which one am I going to use? And you need to know it when you buy it. You can't buy the house and say, okay, what am I going to do now? That doesn't cut it. You got to know it from the beginning, and that way you buy it right. Because whenever you buy it, and you're going to learn through the system here, whenever you buy this properties, you need to know your numbers up front because your rehab is going to be different. If I buying a rental property, I can keep the cabinet sometime and just paint them. If I'm buying a fix and flip property, probably not keeping the cabinets. They need to look mint condition, like brand new. So I'm probably going to put 42-inch white shaker cabinets in, and a beautiful subway tile, whatever it may be, and the quartz countertops. Rentals, no. So again, my rehab budgets are going to be quite a bit different, and that's so important for you to know whenever you're buying your properties, and even if you're wholesaling it, because if you're wholesaling it, you still want to know your rehab numbers. So again, it all comes down to finding properties. And then if you're going to fix and flip, then you're going to worry about funding. If you're cash flow properties, you need to worry about funding, and that we can keep getting money coming in, deals and money coming in. And there you go. So there's your 3 strategies. Which one are you going to do? Decide, look into it, think about it, discuss it with a partner, spouse, whoever it is, and let's get going. You can talk all you want, right? Wishing doesn't get you there. You got to take action.